Hi, this is Ones to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby Kenna, and today I'm joined by Dream Ivory.
Yo.
What's up, guys?
How you guys doing?
Doing pretty good.
Very good.
Pretty good.
Yeah, thanks for making
Feeling
the
hungry.
time. You're hungry?
Well, yeah, because we're about to...
Metaphorically
Yeah.
hungry.
Great segue.
Hungry for a metaphor this
Right.
morning. You guys leave for tour in 2 days at this point.
Yep. Yeah,
How
we're
do
going
you
on tour with
feel?
Wisp. Feeling good. We've been rehearsing pretty much like every other day. It's been like the only thing we've
been a
been
grind.
doing. So
Yeah.
I find myself always getting nervous before tours. I never really shake that. And it only gets worse and worse until I finally get on
Really?
stage. Yeah.
Okay.
That's kind of when the nerves actually leave me. But before then, like, I'm getting nervous just thinking about it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
What does your onstage setup look like? Is it like just you guys, or do you have a full band too?
You have a full band.
Okay.
Full-
Three-piece.
Yeah. Full band, but that's just us and a drummer.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I
Backing
play
tracks,
guitar. Yeah. He does bass. We both do vocals. And then we got our boy Dan going stupid on the drums.
Shout out
Awesome.
Dan.
Yep.
Shout out Dan. That's awesome. I sometimes feel like having the full band up there is like a nice crutch. Like if
Oh,
it's
yeah.
just y'all and tracks, like that's so
Yeah.
scary.
It's so scary.
Definitely. Yeah.
And I feel like because we added Dan, like, it just makes us feel like, oh, now we feel bigger. Because it's like a live drummer. Like,
Yeah.
that's it's another live element that's not us, you know?
most of the songs actually translate better live, I'd say.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Interestingly enough. So yeah, like having like a full, like you said, full band element just really brings like the production to the next level, especially because
Yeah.
a lot of the older music we didn't really know how to produce. So
Sure.
it's just like a lot more held back than we actually wanted. So yeah.
And
Live is
having
nice.
a full band always just like looks cooler on stage.
Yeah.
That's so true. No, the new album really is like a step up dynamically, so I feel like live it's going to be crazy.
Oh, yeah.
Mhm.
So,
Yeah.
well, let's get into it.
Let's do it.
I would love to know, as we step into our little 3-course meal of music, if listeners had never heard you before, where do you tell them to start?
That's interesting because I feel like there's the typical thing, like where people find us is like welcome and goodbye stuff, but I don't know if I would tell them to start there.
I would tell them to start kind of in the middle section of
Like the Lost
after-
Dog era, like Scorpion.
Yeah, so that is after the self-titled and Flower Hill Drive era stuff.
Okay.
It was kind of like Lucy singles of Amateur Night, Wedding Crasher,
Acid.
They
Scorpion.
were like for a planned album that
Making
never came
Faces.
out. Yeah, and then we dropped our album About a Boy after that. So I'd say that middle in between is a really good place to start, just because it's like still has that tinge of like the old production styles. Like we haven't like evolved as much yet, but it's a lot more,
more aligned with us
sonically
now.
like
Sure.
the stuff we make now. It's less like chorus pedally, like jangly guitar, and like a little more moody.
I would even say like the recording process of that kind of era of songs it's more similar like how we do it now. Like we write songs the same way, like bass line, and then like yeah.
So it's more of an era that we're pointed
Yeah.
towards.
Yeah, but I guess like for one song, Amateur Night.
Yeah, that's a great one.
Yep, Amateur
Okay.
Night. It's spooky. It's about it's based on a horror movie.
Which
and
one?
VHS.
VHS 1 or 2. Like,
Nice. Okay.
and there's a short film in there called Amateur Night about some girl that some dude like finds at a bar, but she's like a devil and like
Okay.
Succubus.
kills him. It's succubus like overpowers him. It's sick.
Okay.
Yeah, that one's cool.
Yeah.
That's a sick place to start. I like that you didn't go with like the viral song. I feel like that's always a toss up on here. It's like that's how people found us, but is that
Right.
what represents us?
And I feel like that is also kind of tricky because some people like hear that song and then they see how big it is and they think that that's what we're going to be doing.
Yeah.
Or they're going to go through the discography and it's going to be more like Welcome Goodbye Part 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And so,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's such a trap though. That's like
Yeah.
the thing that you should not do.
Exactly.
No,
Exactly.
yeah, and you know, like me and Louis only do what is natural to us, and in that moment, we were listening to a lot of songs that sounded like Welcome and Goodbye, and
Right.
you know, like that was almost 10 years ago. We listen to such different things
Oh,
now.
yeah.
Like we're only
Right.
bound to evolve in what we actually want to output.
We talk about it all the
basically,
time too.
so-
We might make a Welcome Goodbye Part 2, but it would be because that's what we're feeling at the time.
Yeah.
But that's it.
Yeah. So yeah, like it's not like we're ashamed of the old stuff, but I would point them towards like something like Amateur Night because, like I said, it's the in between, and it's like we're
more
kind of figuring it
adjacent.
out a bit more, and
Yeah.
it's adjacent to our newer stuff while still being really old.
That makes sense. I'm curious, you kind of talked about this, but like after that song blew up, how did your process change and like how did your approach change to making music? Like
It's funny because we didn't even sort of have a process. That first self-titled album and then the Flower Hill Drive, we truly were just like trying to rush like getting music out so we can like we're a band and we have music out.
Sure.
And like Chris said, we also didn't really know what we were doing and stuff and how to produce. So there wasn't really structure. Sometimes it would just be sitting there and then like, oh, there's this riff and see if you could add a bass line or play anything and see if we could add. There was like no structure. It was just kind of like everything that happened was organic. But now it's sort of like there's more intention with what we do. And there's sort of like, we know sort of the vibe we want to give off. Essentially.
We're being intentional about the actual songwriting aspect. We're sitting down like with him on bass and me on an acoustic guitar and like actually trying to like get chords. We're doing like songwriting without the computer.
Okay.
Because we used to just rely on laying down one part of, like you said, a bass line on the computer and then working around that. And it's like kind of like
it's limiting in that way.
And limiting, you know, like I think songwriting in a traditional way has like allowed us to visualize structurally how like songs should actually like naturally like come up and down and stuff like that, rather than depending on a DAW, like, you know, like we use FL Studio, but just like producing on a grid based kind of thing. It's not natural. And I feel like just songwriting in person a lot more. And like we live together. I mean, we live in LA. We were separate for like a minute. He was living back at
also
our hometown. Yeah. So yeah, I feel like in terms of everything changing, we're just a lot more intentional, but albeit we're still learning, you know, like we when we dropped those old ass songs, we were just learning. And at this point, we're only 10 years in. And I'd say that's like in a band career, that's really long, but like, I don't know, for as long as we're trying to like produce for and learn, like I'm trying to go until we're like really, really old.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
Like
and it is like 10 years, but it's like, we just now started doing this touring thing. Like we're really getting into that. It is like technically like 10 years, but it feels like we've been like just now getting into a lot of this. So that's cool too.
I mean, in the grand scheme of things, like 10 years of making and like learning about music is not that long. So.
We were like in high school, like when it started. So it's like so much other life shit happened in between and stuff. So it wasn't like we weren't grinding for like 10 years straight.
Exactly. You kind of just look back and it's been that long already.
Yeah. I love that. I think it's really cool that you're working backwards in a way, like going from writing the music first to writing like the structure of the song first. When you made this album, was that like a conceptual thing? Like how did you decide to like sit down, like we're going to write this body of work? Or did the songs find each other?
Chris, like we already had the idea, like before we had any songs, Chris kind of already sat me down and was like, dude, this album needs to be like better than we've ever done before. Like he was showing me songs where it's like, look, it's actually like written out with structure and it's not just a line that we found and repeated it and then bring it back and then that's the song. Like he was like, bro, we need to structure out songs and like write songs that matter. Not that we weren't doing that before, but it really felt like back in time, like we were doing it. It was literally just, we were just kids making music in the room and whatever happens. And now we're kind of just like, we're taking it more seriously. Like, and we also, we're kind of like now finding our sound, I feel like.
That totally makes sense.
Yeah. You know, like I'd say production wise too, we really helm ourselves on doing everything like kind of just ourselves. We produce everything ourselves. We mix everything ourselves. We do all our music videos and all that.
So you're not doing a lot of like collaboration, really?
We have one collaboration with Jay Som, and we've been listening to her since before we even made music, so that was cool. But yeah, in terms of collaboration, it's I don't know. We're still prioritizing learning how to make music on our own. Yeah. We feel like I also produce like hip hop and beats on the side and stuff, so I do like a lot of different types of music, and I feel like I always tell myself, if me and Louis kind of like kept our head on to just stream Ivory, maybe our skill level would be up to here. But you know, like I was allotting my time to this and this and this, so like I don't know, we're still learning and shit. And if a collab comes by naturally, then it comes by. I feel like as a band, we're not really we don't really know motherfuckers. We're not really in the scene, really. I feel like we just kind of like drop and that's it. So like I don't know, we're trying to get to know more people and shit. We've been kicking it with like Idris and Photographic Memory, and we're gonna go on tour with Bliss, like I said. So like we're you know, we're trying to like
implement ourselves more, you know?
Yeah. And to like the scene of like people who are also coming up. You know?
I feel like compared to being a solo artist too, like you guys have like a co-writing thing already going. So I feel like it's less necessary for you to like invite someone into that. For sure.
Because it's already like just a whole process of like we're already collaborating and feeding off each other. And we've had a few like times where we tried working with people and it wasn't bad per se, and it wasn't like incompatible, but there were times where we're just like it's just off, you know, like the flow's off, like and there's times where me and Chris found someone where it's like, dude, you get us, and those times are crazy because then like that shit is like Flawless Mangoes,
Flawed Mangoes.
He's flawless to me. Flawed Mangoes. We had a session with him and he was crazy.
Yeah.
All his chord progressions and stuff, he just like knew the type of notes that we want.
It just depends if you align with us. It's a blessing and a curse that like me and Louis are in a band and we're brothers, like because we are so synchronized. And if someone steps in the room, like often more times than not, they're not going to be on our same wavelength. But yeah, when someone like Flawed Mangoes, for example, comes along and like really gets us, like it's amazing to work with someone else.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we're celebrating the release of your album. When you come back, I have a lot to tell you. Is that the name?
I have so much to tell you.
I have a lot to tell you.
I have a ton of shit to tell you.
A ton of shit. How's the release been going? Flawless shit.
Flawless shit.
It's been going well. Like we released our last record, About a Boy, kind of in like a random time in our career where we weren't doing much, and I feel like this past year, Welcome and Goodbye kind of went up again. It's weird. That song has had
so
like
many like
3 different
moments.
like blow-ups.
It's so funny.
Which is cool. You know, it's a blessing. So I think with that being said, we knew that we had like another new audience essentially. So it's like, okay, this album really has to like kind of shine through to new audiences, old audiences, like people who expect something new from us, people who want the old sound. And I think with that being said, we just really tried to make every song different. We, in terms of conceptualizing it, it was a lot of like turbulent things we were going through in that time as well. And I think me and Louis had a conversation of just, you know, like, we got to step up in terms of really sitting down and making music, because like we just coast, you know. That's how we've done it our whole career. We're naturally good at kind of like making ideas and shit, so we just coast. We never actually learn the shit.
It's like school, you know. Like, like the kids that don't study but like do okay.
Yeah. So like, this past year in terms of creating the album and stuff, we've been really fucking learning our instruments from zero. Louis has been taking bass lessons and shit.
Okay, sick.
Yeah, just for the first time, just to do it.
Yeah, just practicing singing and shit. And, you know, really trying to, like, build up every single part of our musical capabilities so that when it's put together, it's, like, way better than the last shit. And I think this newest album is so good, and it's our best album, and I still don't think it's our best shit. Like, we're already working on new stuff, and it shits on this album. Yeah. So, like, I think we're just constantly evolving, you know? Mm-hmm. Like, I think it's good to look back and at least see that this current album, When You Come Back, I Have So Much to Tell You, is miles ahead with what I just listed from About a Boy, our last album, you know? Like, that's all that matters to me. And the perception has been great because, I don't know, I feel like naturally people just have been...
perceiving it better than at least... Back in the day, like when we would drop new songs, people would be like, it would be so many comments like, oh, where's the make this, make that, bring the old stuff back. But I think like it's getting perceived like way better this time.
Yeah, no one's asking us to like bring back any old sound. It's nice. Like people are
saying like, oh, I like, this is my favorite track from this album, or this is blah, blah, blah. Or,
that's dope.
Yeah.
Because it's like innovative enough that people are like, okay, well, I'll take that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's one thing I'll pride ourselves on. Like I'm very self-conscious about a lot of my ability, and I'm not going to say his, like I put him up here, but I do think we are very innovative in like what we output. I don't think like I feel like we just drop whatever we want. Like the production techniques might not be that of like the typical band, but it's whatever. It sounds cool.
That's the idea. It sounds cool. That's the big idea. At the end of the day, it sounds cool.
That's literally like, you know what? It's
a good idea. Yeah. Well, I'd love to know, this is like our main course. What is a song off of the album that represents this new era of your sound?
I would say a little Tange.
Okay.
You say Tangerine Dream.
Tangerine Dream.
I say Bullet Train.
Okay. Why do we have those different answers?
I think like on a surface level, why I say Tangerine Dream is because I had like nothing to do with writing that song. That was him and his girlfriend.
Okay.
So hearing it, it's kind of like hearing it as a fan because it's like
That's
I didn't
cool.
write that song, so I really like that song. But I think that song showcases just like what we're doing now. It's like alternative, but it's still a little bit emo and sad.
Yeah.
It's emotional, but there's also like structure now. Like there's a chorus that sticks that people can sing. Like seasons change.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that's a song to me. Whereas I like view other things like self-titled or Welcoming Goodbye, and like those are songs, but those were kind of just like little fun things that we did.
Sure.
Where like these are songs, you know.
Yeah, there's like stories. within
Exactly.
each
Oh,
of
yeah.
them.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even think we mentioned, but like in terms of songwriting lyrically itself, us two and my girlfriend really put a lot of thought and time into the words that are being said and the stories that are being told and self-reflection and all that. So
Yeah.
I think Tangerine Dream is a good one, and that was actually my second choice. But I'd say Bullet Train just because that was like a song that me and Louis did in a crunch time. Like
So
our
fast.
label was kind of like, yo, we think it'd be a good idea if you dropped a couple singles before we announce this shit. And we're like, oh, okay. We're not really fucking with like what we have right now, so let's just make something in like a week. And we
Damn.
made Bullet Train and All Good in a week, and those two I love, man. I think we just, when we got deadlines, like we go hard, and then when they're
Because
kind
we're
of like
coasters. Like when
Exactly.
there's no deadlines, we're like, oh, we'll get it done. Something will happen.
Right.
and I think we just locked in, and Bullet Train is so moody, and the bass lines we really started locking in
yeah.
on this album, and Bullet Train was one of the first ones where the bass lines were a bit more intricate than usual,
Sure.
very moody, in a sad way, and then when it drops into the chorus, it gets angsty moody, you know, it gets angry, and you know, it flips.
Yes.
Same with that Zero. But yeah, Bullet Train is just like a great mix to me. Like I'm very like particular about the way I mix my songs, and it most of the time I don't really get it right. Bullet Train, we got it right.
Oh, yeah.
It sounds airy and just like
It's a great rock song, man.
yeah, it's a great rock song, and we don't make too many rock songs, you know. So it's a good fucking rock song.
Yeah, it's so hard to like be both writing it, performing it, producing, and mixing. Like that's crazy that you can be that close to it. Truly.
Yeah, I you know, we're open to like having people help us. It's just kind of like finding that person. Once I find that engineer that I really can mesh with, but at right now I feel like we're just too particular, and we enjoy the learning of it too, you know.
That is, I feel, the only way to make this like a sustainable career is like you want to learn.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, you got to like take every day as a learning step and like find something new of it. And as long as you have something to look forward to, then you're going to keep wanting to do it. Otherwise, you're going to be like, bro.
You don't want to go through hoops every project trying to find someone to do a specific thing that you need for the thing, you know? So it's like, it's always good.
Yeah.
Struggle a little bit, figure it out. You might be ass at first, but, you know, it'll get better. We'll just keep going.
Yeah, as long as that doesn't stop you.
Exactly.
Definitely.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I'd love to know some of the like sonic like North Stars. Like what were some of your influences as you were making this? Because it is a different sound. It's like a little post-punky kind of. Yeah.
Yeah.
My girlfriend, we started dating like when we started kind of like writing it because we kind of like wrote it for like a couple years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like at the beginning, I was like listening to a lot of Provoker.
Okay.
I like how they do like a lot of like crazy like dark bass lines in their guitars. Though it's like always like one or two guitars and one bass, and it
That's
just
it.
sounds so full.
Yeah.
So that kind of like inspired us to even just like the way that we write the melodies with our instruments, like
Simplify.
yeah, and like find ways to not overdo it and just like simple is good and like whatever rides like you know the harmonies with that. So I was listening to a lot of Provoker. Surprisingly, like a lot of like random shit like Coldplay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
Yeah, I don't know. What about you, Chris? Beach
I wanna
House
pull
for
up
sure.
Some shit. Yeah.
Crazy synths with Beach House always.
I could see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Slow pulp for sure.
Oh my god.
Yeah, very like
Crazy.
crunchy like mix and stuff like that, and moody and great songwriters.
Slow pulp is very like close in the mix too. I feel like
Yeah.
that's kind of the difference between like
yeah.
your old stuff and this is like the instruments are like in
A
your
bit more
ears.
upfront.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That was definitely like also like mix influence and shit. We have so many different playlists, like just kind of like mix influence. Like, what do we want to write? Oh, dude, I got Yellow by Coldplay in my shit too. For When You Come Back, I have so much to tell
Mama
you.
too,
inspo.
Mama too.
Oh
Oh,
my
Mama.
God.
Definitely.
Their mixes are so crazy. Like
Yeah, we
so
had
good.
Aaron from Mama like help us mix some of the songs
Oh,
too,
wait,
which
that's
is
right,
a
yeah.
blessing. But yeah,
That makes sense.
but Mama's
it.
fucking sick,
Yeah,
man.
Mama's fucking sick.
Yeah, those are a good few. You know,
Yeah.
like shit like that.
It's a good range too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how did you land on the title of the album? Because I mean, I read the press release, so I know there's a lot of different like life changes that happened to like make the stories of it. But like, how did that capture like the feeling of the album for you?
The album, I mean, the album title, funnily enough, came before all like this turbulent stuff happened in our life. It was kind of something that was planned like super early, even before we even got in like and started recording together, because we didn't live together at the time. But when I thought of the title, I like texted Chris and I was like, dude, this title would be so sick, and you have to see it typed out because that's a huge thing. And we didn't even know what it would be about necessarily, but we're like, oh, that's the one. And I feel like that kind of also, that title was just so like, looking at it, so powerful. That kind of shaped our mind of like what we were going to do.
Sonically.
Sure.
Yeah. And like sonically, like what we were going to deliver, even though we didn't know the stories. And then this album took a long time, and then shit happened, and then everything kind of just sort of came naturally. I don't even know if we said this in interviews, but we had like a first draft of this album, and there's so many songs that we just didn't use, and we're not even gonna like drop them in deluxe. It's like the deluxe is completely different, but it went through so many different iterations. But the name always was like sort of the vibe that we wanted to give off.
Sure.
Because sometimes like artists would completely like scrap a project, and even the name goes, but we still wanted to keep the name.
Yeah, mainly we just kind of operate on like, sometimes we'll think of a name randomly, and I have a whole list of names in my notes. And it came to him, and sometimes the name comes first, and then we know we're gonna base the whole thing, the whole body of work, over what this name like makes us feel like. The title I meant. So like sometimes we let the title dictate like, you know, what we're gonna make. And it's funny because we already have the name of like our next album without having made any songs. Because we're making the deluxe still for this one.
And kind of like a rough concept, like the photos would look like this. And
So,
that's so interesting.
It just kind of comes naturally, and then we're like, let's it, like Louis said, we had the title, and then the turbulent shit started happening, and then I don't know, like life kind of always falls into place, and I feel like those names that come naturally will always find like ways to piece like life experiences into it in one way or another, you know, like naturally.
It's almost like motivation, like we're sitting down to write. It's like, well, I guess we got to talk about like what we have to say, like what the fuck is going on here.
For sure.
That's a cool like guiding light for writing.
For sure.
Well, now that the album's out, you're about to go on tour, I would love to know your personal favorites off of the album.
Mine is Plastic Song.
Okay.
I like At Zero.
Oh yeah.
At Zero. Or nah, probably Solar Eclipse actually.
Okay.
Solar Eclipse. I was just talking about how I liked how Tangerine Dream, him and his girlfriend Lily, like they're great. They do great writing together. But Solar Eclipse, she was actually sitting in on that session, and she wrote that song with us, and that one just came so natural. And I was kind of self-conscious and like subconsciously stressed because I was like, I don't know, writing with Lily is gonna be. But that song fucking banged.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that one was I like that one a lot. Also reminds me of it was like we lived together, all of us, and it was like short-lived, and our other roommate Jared. But that also kind of just reminds me of that time. So that's probably my favorite Solar Eclipse.
Yeah,
sentimental, yeah.
Mine's Plastic Song just because it doesn't sound like a Dream Ivory song at all.
Okay.
Like, sure, yeah.
At all.
It
starts with like a, I don't know, like a guitar chop, and then it switches into like vocal chop shit.
Getting freaked up.
Yeah, it sounds like it'd be. They would play that shit at like I don't know, like Power Source or some shit out here.
Awesome.
Yeah, you know, like
cool
warehouse like vibe. So it doesn't sound like a Dream Ivory song at all. And if you like the old shit, I feel like you would hate it. So like I like it, you know, like it's, I don't know. I feel like a lot of our music wasn't really representative of the shit I would even listen to, and I felt weird about that. I'm like, why? Like, and I just said that we try to make music based off of what we're listening to earlier, but like sometimes it wouldn't come off the same way, or sometimes I'd be scared to output the more weirder ideas.
Right.
But for Plastic Song, it kind of just starts and it's like, it's jumping, and I think it just makes you feel cool. It makes me feel cool that we dropped it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like that's in our catalog.
Oh yeah, it's in our catalog, and people can go back and listen to like this sappy ass like acoustic song and then jump to Plastic Songs. Like, yo, this is the same artist.
Right.
Yeah.
I think it's cool in a way to be like, okay, I have all these songs that like my favorite artists like they would like, but then there's this thing that's just like not derivative of like anything.
Yeah.
So
definitely, yeah.
It's original.
Yeah.
And then you're someone's favorite artist, and they're like referencing that.
Right. Sick. Well, I have 3 final questions for y'all. less pressing.
That's
I would
it.
love to know if Dream Ivory were a candle, what would it smell like? A real smell or a conceptual smell?
I think, like, bro, hear me out. We have to think of a color first.
Oh, shit. What's it look like, too?
Orange.
Orange? Yeah.
It'd be like one of those candles where the wax itself is still white, but like case is like a orange, like,
Tinted.
translucent
Yeah.
candle.
Well, like
And that
orange
shit would smell
brownish.
it would smell like your Diptyque cologne.
Yeah, it would. I don't even know how...
It smells like Irish Spring body wash. Dude, it's geranium. It's like
it's
minty.
geranium. It's minty. But I would add a little, like, if you were a candle, I'd add a little bit, like, wood like notes, just to, like, add the coziness, you know.
Yeah. Because we're just boys, you know. Like, we're just brothers.
Yeah, it's a little ruggedness too.
Yeah. We're just boys. We just chill. We're not really, like, you know what I'm saying, too deep into the band shit. We just make music.
Yeah.
You know, and it's
love
warm. It's warm.
Irish Spring body wash, but also like a very feminine, like sheer.
That's what we are.
That is really what we are.
Yeah. Like, we're dressed like this, and some days we'll be dressed
Not like
even
this.
more tight fitting.
I do always love to say, like, people who make like death metal are like the nicest people you've ever met.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
that's how it
Definitely.
works.
Like the contrast
it's
of, like,
weird.
yeah.
Yeah, have you seen like those like videos of like a death metal drummer plays Paramore song?
Right.
Like, yeah, and he's like the sweetest dude. I forget who it was, but like it's so interesting.
It's wholesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, my second question is what your favorite sound is right now, but like a life sound, not like a music
that's a great
sound.
question.
Yeah.
That's such a good question. We can't say something like the ocean because
You can't say rain or the ocean.
Yeah, everyone loves that. I'll say I love the sound of I used to, like, when I was living with my parents, like, we would just have like the ACs that look like this basically.
Yeah.
But I have like an AC like that's like sticking out of my apartment now. So it's like loud, but I really like that. It's like
Okay.
a white noise that just
Sounds
I
like-
could sleep or I could play games or I just love that. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's mine.
Nice.
AC.
On my street, there's like some wind chimes that like my neighbors have, and whenever I walk my dog, it's nice.
That's
That's
good.
like something
That's a
I've been
vibe.
trying to like.
It's like afternoon vibes.
Yeah, I want to do like a field recording one day of something.
You
but-
should.
You should.
Yeah.
Sick. Okay. Well, my final question is who your ones to watch are. So, like, who are you listening to that you think we should be listening to?
That's a great
Ooh.
question.
You can
Heather.
consult Spotify.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let me consult Spotify.
Let's see.
Oh, Paradise Blossom is a cool shoegaze band that actually, funnily enough, like it was like fans that joined the Dream Ivory Live.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I became like cool with them, and like their shit's really good.
Sick.
And I think like one of them posted a couple days ago that one of the songs hit 1 million. So shout out Paradise Blossom.
Hell yeah,
Dude,
they're
that's
going
so awesome.
So
amazing.
awesome, yeah,
Yes.
truly.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mine is not so much a shoegaze artist, but mine is an artist called Pretty Fun. And he's
Okay.
a rapper, and he makes melodic, beautiful shit. And obviously I work with him a lot, but it's not even like that type of thing. He's just amazing. If I didn't work with him, I think he's still the best rapper right now. And he's
Wow.
coming up. He just
It's
he
pretty
just
fun.
played in LA. He just played at Catch Fun, like, and sold that out. Like, he's just now starting to come up. So peeping. Pretty fun.
Okay, sick. Thank you guys so much for making the time.
Thank you
Of
so
course.
much.
Thank you for having us.
This is fun.
Yay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Well, once again, this is Ones to Watch Chef's Choice. I'm Abby, and this is Dream Ivory.
Dream Ivory.
Dream
Catch 'em
Ivory.
on tour. Yay.